Well, let's move into my gas or pass then. So this gas or pass, we're moving back to the vintage market.
Okay.
So we are going to move into the Boss CE-2.
Okay.
I saw one the other day selling for like $180, $185 on Reverb. I think that's kind of the going price for them.
Okay.
So it's the old 2-knob chorus pedal that Boss makes.
Right.
Everyone talks about those things, even whenever they're kind of like the CE1. Not in the same way that the CE1 preamp works, but the CE2, even if you turn the rate and depth basically off and just leave the pedal on, people are like, the thing that this pedal does to my sound is pretty awesome. And then you turn them up, and the chorus is great also. That's a whole thing, too. There's a bunch of pedals that are based on the CE2. So, what's your thoughts on this? Is this any type of gas for you?
All right, so I didn't know about the whole even turning it down. It does something.
JD Simo was recently talking about that. And he bought a vintage one.
It has nothing to do with just the buffer.
I mean, the buffer would be on whenever it's, not activated. And they're talking about turning it on and turning it all down. Huh. So I'm assuming no.
I don't know. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I guess it would kind of serve as like an Echoplex preamp, right?
Kind of. I don't know how much of a preamp it is. I have not played it this way, not checked it out. I just heard about it and was like, well, if it does that and it's got a great chorus sound.
So it might not even be a preamp. Everyone talks about Boss Tone Suck.
Yeah.
And like maybe that is just a sound in its own.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's take a look at Joe Walsh's pedal board that's like, in the past there was like 10 Boss pedals.
Right.
He still sounds pretty good.
I mean, if he can make it work, anybody can. No, I didn't know about the whole turning it down. Now, I mean, it's a great sounding chorus pedal. Do I use chorus much? No. So, for me, just because I don't care about chorus, I can get an EP booster if there's a whole preamp thing. Hopefully that does the trick. It's a pass for me. But, I mean, it's a cool idea. I'd like to hear it with everything down. Like, I haven't even kind of heard about that.
Yeah, I've recently heard about that. I'd like to check it out. And for $180, $185, I feel like that's what those pedals, especially for a vintage one, that's probably worth it.
So, is this vintage from, like, the 90s?
No, this is vintage from, like, late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
So actual vintage.
Yeah, Japanese made, the whole nine.
You're right.
So for me, I don't use a ton of modulation. And I'm kind of like, on my big board, I like to have a modulation pedal that's kind of a do-it-all. But I do kind of like the idea of having one modulation pedal for a small board if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
And a chorus kind of fits a lot. A chorus kind of works for a lot of songs, for like a slow chorus, and if you speed it up real fast,
you can kind of get
that, you can kind of get that rotary thing like Mike Landau's done for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then if also you turn this thing down and it's adding something to your tone all at the same time, maybe it's kind of like a 3-in-1 type thing. So for me, it's actually kind of a gas.
Do you think it would end up on your board?
I think it's possible. I think it's very possible.
Big or small board, you said?
Yeah, it would probably go to my small board.
Really?
Yeah, probably go to my small board.
Huh.
Or maybe I need to get a medium-sized board.
The answer's always more.
I need another board. I need to get another board for playing live.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts with it. So it's a pass for you, though.
It's a pass.
Okay. Well, you can't fault me for trying.
Yep. So...